Hi, so this is the Tmua 2021 Paper 1 Question 7. Now, as is always, or very often the case, at least with Tmua, you really want to pay attention to this bit of information at the top because they're usually really, really important and can tell you a lot about how to approach this. Now here we've got modulus functions, we've got mod of f of x as well as f of mod x. So we're going to want to have a little bit of a feel for what this looks like geometrically. Now we know that it passes through the origin thanks to this statement 1, and we also know that if x is positive, then f of x must also be positive, otherwise the product couldn't be positive. And similarly, if x is negative, then f of x must also be negative. So if we put a kind of -2 there, 2 there, we got something like that, something like that. Who knows what the function looks like? It doesn't really matter. What does matter is we know that this area here, if we call that A, and this area here, which is obviously going to be negative in terms of its integral, B, this A, the area of A, take away the area of B, equals 4. But that, because we know B is negative, we can say that A plus B equals 4. And then similarly, if we think about the modulus of f of x, what that's going to do is create a reflection, because wherever f of x is negative, it's going to make it positive. So this is therefore going to be r, or negative b. And so we can very easily say that a minus b, or you could switch those signs around, it doesn't really matter, is 8. And from there we can quickly see that 2a is 12 and therefore a is 6. And that's going to be important. So we've got a equals 6 and b equals therefore 2, or negative 2. You see 2 is an area, negative 2 is an integral. Now, be careful here because you may rush to go for sort of D or E here. If you look really closely, they're actually asking for f of mod x. Now, f of mod x, essentially when you substitute it -2, you actually get 2. So you're going to reflect the positive the values of f of x when x is positive are going to be reflected across the y-axis into the negative area. So what you're actually going to get for this, although you're looking between -2 and 0, you've now got a mirror image of A. So the answer is actually G, which is 6. So an interesting question. This stuff at the top is really important for you to get a good idea of what's going on. And if you see modulus functions, expect to be, and integrations together, expect to be fiddling around with areas under the curve versus over the curve.